just for you. And I'm Mike, and have we got a bit of a travelling episode for you? We've got this. We've also got that. Let's see if I can beat another scout. Or not. But first, I'm on my way to Bournemouth to find myself a co-host. So who is my co-host going to be this month?
My name's Tom, I'm the media lead for Scout Network, and this is my 60-second Scouter.
What's your most memorable moments in scouting?
It's really tough, it's between two. So one's the World Scout Moot last year in Iceland. Having 10,000 scouts from around the world in the same place at the same time was incredible. And the other is every year at London Pride, where we get to showcase the fact that scouting is available for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are able to join the Scouts.
What is your favourite adventurous activity in scouting?
Hiking, because you get to see so much beautiful countryside, especially if you go to Candlesteg Scout Centre. You can hike up the hills and the mountains, and it's just the most incredible thing you'll ever see.
Jam or cream first?
Oh yes, right, okay. On a scone, because it's pronounced scone. Jam first, then cream, the Cornish way.
What's your favourite campfire song?
What's the one about the jam on the runway? The person gets squashed. They jump out of a plane without a parachute, and they hit the runway, and they get turned into strawberry jam, and then the vicar goes and eats it.
So thanks to Pisces Explorers for your questions to this chat. So how are you?
I'm alright.
Good. It's a nice sunny day.
It's nice and warm. Welcome to the sunny south coast.
I'm a northerner in the south. I'm saying nothing there.
Well.
So as part of Scoutadelic, now that we're back to Scoutadelic and not guiding anymore, you have to teach me a scouting skill.
Yes.
So what are you going to teach me and these guys watching?
So my scouting skill is all about how we talk about scouts on social media. So if you have Facebook, if you have Twitter, Instagram's a really good one as well.
Okay.
My first top tip is know your audience. Know who you're going to be talking about, know who you're going to be talking to, because that's really, really important. You might have an audience of young people, you might have an audience of adults, you might have an audience of people that haven't ever known about scouting before. So you might talk about, oh, the DC from this place really enjoys this. Yeah. If I'm not involved in scouting, what's a DC? Who's a DC? So being kind of really, really back to basics, all about talking about scouting from a completely external point of view.
Right, okay. You can type it, you can photo it, you can video it.
Yes.
So is there one that's better than the other? Is there something that they should do?
Yeah. It depends on the subject. So if I'm going to be showcasing an event, for example, post-event, so talking about, let's say, the World Scout Jamboree after we all got home from Japan in 2015, then I'd probably post a video. Right. But I'd also remember that Facebook autoplays videos on silent. Ooh. So think about your audio. Be really clever with it. So you'll see a lot of companies when they're posting videos, they're actually silent videos because people will scroll down, not bother to tap on them. But there's still thumb stoppers.
What's a thumb stopper? So
that's a bit of jargon. So that is, it's when people scroll through their feeds. Yeah. It's the fact that a photo, a video, a poll as well. Always use a poll on Twitter.
Wow. Okay.
Will actually make you stop scrolling. Whereas if it's just text content, people scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll.
Okay. So if you're not that great at editing a video together, what's your I'm guessing photo?
Photo, yeah, so try photos out, try different photos as well. A picture tells 1,000 words. So share a photo that showcases what you're talking about. Okay. There's no point in having a photo of us being stood like that. Right. Okay. Have a photo of us talking, for example. Actions. Have photos of our, let's say, cub pack actually doing some activities rather than just being stood all together with their hands behind their backs. Right. Are photos where they're all stood together in a line a good thing or not? For formal occasions, yes. I tend to avoid the grip and grin type photos because does it showcase what we do in Scouts? if you think about it, not all the time. Yes, sometimes it's really important to showcase the formal element and what we do. So for Remembrance Sunday, St George's Day maybe, for example. But actually, for 99% of the year, what do we do as Scouts?
Yes.
We don't meet in necessarily full uniform to parade around the town every week. We need to showcase the adventure and the awesome stuff that young people get up to locally.
Right.
And maybe a better way of showing that on social media is through a photo that conveys action and excitement and adventure and showcasing the skills that you're giving young people.
Okay. Is there any way, like photos? What's an easy tip? So if we're in this setting, sun in front of me as the subject, or would it be which is the best? Some tips.
So you want
these people want to know
as much light as possible. As much light on the subject without kind of overexposing or blinding you. You can always edit the photos later. But as much natural light as is possible.
Yeah, because Instagram's really good with filters. So
filters are very, very good.
Yeah, you can filter away.
You got to think about your orientation. So think about, is it going to be a portrait photo? Is it going to be a landscape photo?
What's best?
I tend to use square photos, actually. So I tend to crop them so they are square, because Instagram is perfect for squares.
Right, okay.
And when you're viewing on a phone, on a timeline, a square tends to look better because it's best across all the different platforms.
Right, okay.
So I tend to go with square for social media, and then failing that, I tend to go landscape, because if you're going to blow that photo up, what orientation's your TV? Landscape. Same with videos.
Landscape. So captions on a photo, do they need to be a little bit snappy?
Short, snappy.
Right.
They need to convey kind of a sense of belonging. They need to be confident as well. So let's say if a cub pack went whitewater rafting, you can say, we went whitewater rafting, have a look at the awesome video that the Cubs made.
Hashtag skills for life.
Always use the hashtag.
Exactly. But we want to see a lot of your snaps. It's summer. You might as well snap your summer camps, your meetings if you are still doing them, because most scout groups obviously end over summer.
They're winding down.
I'm shocked by that, we never did. And we want to see them. And don't forget, tag Scoutadelic in all your photos for this month. I want to see everything that you're doing, and if you want, tag him as well. And let's have a look and see.
Tag me?
Yeah, tag you. Yeah. Let's fill his Facebook and Twitter feeds. Yay! So, Ellie's word of the month last month was guiding! And we had some amazing photos from you, so here they are. This month we need a new word, so let's find out who it is this month.
And my word of the month is travelling.
So Ewan's word of the month is
travelling!
So if you have any photos of you travelling or getting up to any scouting adventures, tag Scoutadelic, use your hashtags, don't forget all the top tips. Travelling!
Day in the life of goes and follows scouters or groups doing adventurous activities all around the world, and this month we have
Ollie Smith documenting his trip to South Africa.
And here we are.
Now going on to board the plane to Saudi Arabia for our first stopover on our journey to South Africa. So, it's the next morning and we're still travelling. We've got 48 minutes until we land in Johannesburg. It's been a very long trip, but hopefully it'll be worth it. So after roughly 12 hours of travelling, let's stop in Saudi Arabia. We're in South Africa. We're currently staying one night in Johannesburg at our friend Kato's, who's part of the government somehow, so it's really good looking at friendship and partnership we already have existing. We've met with today a lady who has a scout trip at the Gilwell Park of South Africa, like we've been before. And also today we're at a meeting with the County Commissioner, myself and the ACC International, with the Chief Scout of the Scout Association of South Africa, so the equivalent Tim Kidd, talking about our partnership and all that kind of stuff. So it's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the expedition and the journey where we're trying to lay ahead for the future of our young people within within Scouting. You have been warned about spiders here, and they can be quite large. It's probably best if we sleep indoors in a tent. This is just a random one, but that's huge. Not for me, thank you. So we're here at Scenes, Scouting of Excellence of Science and Nature, something like that, can't spell. And we're here seeing our old friends from many expeditions before, but also here to formalise and sign off the official partnership between Suffolk Scouts and the North West Province. So it's really exciting that we're here now doing it in Mafeking, where the birthplace of Scouting. It's 6:15 here in South Africa, and got waking up at 6 because all the South African Scouts have got whistles and shouting and doing their PT of personal training. So they're running up and down, they're sprinting, they're doing exercises, they're doing like stretches. I'm very tired because it's 6:15. On our return journey from our summer trip to South Africa, here's part of a legacy we left.
We asked some young people and adult volunteers to send in their expeditions and their exciting adventures. Don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
disgusting.
It was more about their top tips.
Oh, it's top tips, isn't it? Completely forgot. Right, okay.
Go for it.
Seeing as this month is all about travel, we asked some young people and adult volunteers for their top tips when going travelling on expeditions and adventures.
Here they are. Ooh!
Yeah.
My top tip is to chat to people along the way because you never know what you'll learn.
My top tip for travelling is learn a little bit of the national language beforehand because it really does help.
My top tip for Explorer Belt would be bring a book or something that you can do when you need a bit of quiet time by yourself.
And my top tip for travel is always follow the Scout law and remember to be thrifty. If you have an itinerary, remember you don't always have to stick to it. It can be quite good sometimes to be a bit spontaneous. And my top tip is always make sure that your boots are broken in but not too worn out.
My top tip when travelling with cubs, and from Boston we have to travel 20 miles before we start any journey, is to make sure you have enough sick buckets to cover at least one for each bus. Inside them, some water, some wet wipes and bin liners.
So my top tip for international travel is to embrace the culture that you're going to experience. Now that can be somewhere like here where there's loads of different nationalities coming together, or if you're just visiting a specific country, dive in, you can learn a lot about other people's culture and about their scouting and way of life, just like these guys are doing.
And my top tip of today is don't forget to bring your knife, fork, spoon, plate, bowl and a tea towel.
My top tip is if you're going, regardless where you're going, always have a look beforehand as to what events are happening in the area because it's always really great to get involved in them.
My top tip for travelling is to enjoy it. Have fun, embrace every moment. I'm currently here in South Africa and I'm loving it. Enjoy the moment.
My top tip for the Explorer Belt is to research the country, the weather, any customs such as it may shut down on a Sunday, stuff like that.
So my top tip for international travel is to take as many swaps as you can possibly get hold of. Neckers, badges, woggles, anything like that. Everyone loves it and you'll end up with some cool merchandise for other countries.
And my top tip would be to always wear sun cream because if you're like me, you will burn.
My tip would be to always look after your feet.
Something brand new for our travelling episode is we asked some scouts who are going travelling to give us their little guidebook event on what to do there. So this is Scout's Guide to Gibraltar.
We're from West Mercia and this is our Scout Guide to Gibraltar.
And what's special about that post box, guys?
So there are two slots, the local and abroad. If you were Gibraltar or Spanish or something, you'd probably put it in local. But if you're Scout, you'd only put it in abroad.
Everybody here speaks English, but some people decide to speak Spanish, and some people speak both.
In the waffle cones, they're all in Gibraltar. You can use English money and Spanish money.
If you come to Gib with the Scouts, the best thing you have to do is go on one of the monkey talks. It starts off at sunset, and they go and see the monkeys in their actual natural roost.
This one's coming. I think she's going to go down this way, but if she comes this way, watch her reaction. You watch her behavior. I think she's going to go down this way. You watch her. Watch. What did she do? Move to one side. Why? Because she's more dominant than she is. And she's like saying, don't hurt me. Leave me alone. I'm only standing here. I mean no harm.
Why didn't she try and stick up for herself?
She can't. She's so low ranking that she can't. There are rules. How can you stick up against...
Monkey rules.
For example, okay, of course, yeah, there are rules. We live in rules as well, don't we?
So, a tip in Gibraltar. So you should go see the monkeys. It's nice and fun. But if you put your bag down on the floor, even if you can't see any monkeys, a monkey will appear out of nowhere and just take all your things.
While you're in Gib, you must come down to the furthest point and see the lighthouse. While you're here, you can also see the giant mosque. One thing you must do when you come to Gibraltar is come out for a dolphin adventure. It's fantastic.
Here's a tip on Gibraltar. If you're going out somewhere, remember not to put a jumper on because you might get really hot and sweaty.
When the sun goes down, it gets really cold, so put a jumper on.
Top tip for ice creams in Gibraltar. Casemate Square, Nutella, triple chocolate, smashing.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
He's quite an assertive. Do you think what's for dinner? Oggy is Mike's mascot, and he travels around the world doing all sorts of different things. Last month he was in Liverpool, so congratulations to those of you that guessed correctly. Your name should be here.
Please stand clear.
It's now your job to guess where he is this month. So here's a photo. If you think you know where he is, go to the Scoutadelic website, fill out the form, and you might win something from Oggy himself.
It's part of the show where we play a game of Scout tennis. Rules are very simple. We have set categories that we will go backwards and forwards with. We cannot repeat what another person has said, nor can we obviously go off topic or off category, and we can't spend longer than 5 seconds, but the other person has to count. If the other person doesn't count, then it doesn't really matter. You can spend as long as you want. Within reason, because obviously I have to edit this. So for example, if the topic was pie, mine would be apple, yours would be?
Chicken. And
we go backwards and forwards until someone, apple pie, tomato pie. So I am currently losing by 1. Let's see if I can beat another Scout.
Or not.
Our categories have been selected by your lovely... Oh, he stuck it down as well, so I can't actually get into it. Your lovely partner. So, here we go. Because I'm losing at the moment, and I lost last one, here's the first category. You ready for this? I've got types. Types of transport. Oh, that's an easy one. That's a good one. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go first. You ready? Train.
Bus.
Car.
Unicycle.
Ooh, skateboard.
Motorcycle.
Scooter.
Bike.
Pedalo.
Roller skates. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Aeroplane. 2.
Roller skates. Roller skates.
Oh, it's harder than it seems, and I've lost the actual.
It's going on my LinkedIn profile.
What?
Winner of Scout Tennis.
Please let it be a really good one. I'm going to go with this one, and then I'm going to worry about the other 2 that are left in there, because here we go. Types of knots.
No! You're not doing that!
Types of knots.
No!
Okay.
Oh!
A reef knot.
Clovitch.
Bowline.
the knot to tie your shoes with?
Sheep shank.
I'm out. There's no point in even... That was disgusting.
Yes! I am now level pegs. There's a train now pulling up behind you.
That was awful. Can we look at the other categories?
Yeah, we can look at the other categories. I still won.
No. No.
Thanking you. I love you, Ben.
No. This is... No. We're having words. No. Thank you so much to South Western Railway for letting us film on their trains and at their stations. That was a bird.
I know. And that is the end of our show. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and ring the bell, give this video a big thumbs up, and be part of our Patreon like sort of group that we've got, and be creative, be part of our next show.
You can even be a co-host like me.
Exactly. And by participating you can get yourself either a 1, a 6 or
a 12
show participation badge. But above all, be a little Scoutadelic. Bye! Sorry.
It's alright.